All right, welcome. This is Paul Izzo of the YD Red Sox, and I'm here with our longtime skipper, Scott Pickler. Scott, welcome to our show.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to see you. I'm going to see you in person real soon.
Yeah, well, great to have you on our show. So, Pick, let's dive right in. Over 550 wins with the YD Red Sox, six league titles. Uh, many players, dozens of players moving on to play pro ball. What keeps bringing you back year after year? We're going into your 26th year. That's amazing. What keeps bringing you back to the Cape League?
I did this the first year when uh, Gary Ellis and Jack Martin and John Martin, they called me and said, "Hey, can you do this?" And I thought it would ruin my recruiting at my college. And I said, "You got to talk to me tomorrow." You took me by surprise. And I did it
Mm-hmm.
1 year. And I'm going to try it 1 year. I did it the first year, never talked to anybody. They said, "You want to come back?" I'm coming back. And now it's been 26 years. It's been unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's not about the wins, it's about the kids, the people, it's about the unknown of this year's team. And because everybody on paper out there right now is a really good team, then it comes down to the chemistry
Mm-hmm.
and some good luck because so many kids are going to go to Team USA and some kids are going to go to the College World Series. But it's working with the young coaches, it's working with young hitters, it's watching guys get so much better, and it's my passion, and I love doing it and love trying to compete. There's nothing like it. It's the best.
What makes the Cape League special? There are many summer leagues out there, but we hear all the time the Cape League is the best. And what is it that makes the Cape League special?
Because every kid's heard about the Cape growing up, just like I did as a community college coach. And when you guys called me to come take that over, um, even my son went to the league a year before I started there. And as soon as he got the call to go up there, I went up there. My wife said, "Hey, where are you going?" I'm going to the Cape. He went yesterday. I'm going today. You know where
Mm-hmm.
you're staying? No, I don't know where I'm staying. I've got to see this. I've heard about it my whole life. Just like all these players, they want to see
Mm-hmm.
what the Cape League's about. And I got up there, and the first game I saw was Zito versus Mulder, both two big leaguers, two left-handers that were dealing. And I go, now I understand.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get up there, and everybody that's come out from California to see us play out there can't believe it. They just said the high school fields, these players that are going to play in the big leagues, and it's just such a unique situation that every kid that plays college baseball wants to be invited to the Cape, and they want to play in that league, see if they can compete.
Well, you and I've talked, many times about the Cape League, and uh, you're one thing I've noticed about you. You're not just into the baseball. You love the whole thing. You love meeting the kids. You love the fans. You love the whole vibe of it. Talk a little bit about that, if you could.
The fans have grown and grown and grown since we got there. I got there the first year, I don't know, 26 years ago. I went out to camp. There were six kids. We built that up. We tell the kids to come to the game at that night. And we used to have uh, our attendance wasn't great. Now our attendance is great. The kids are there. The little kids are there. It's just grown. We got our own concession stand. We worked out of a trailer before. We got our own press box. You and I talked a couple weeks ago. We got a new backstop. They redid the dugouts. It
Mhm.
just keeps growing and getting better. It
Yeah.
keeps growing and getting better.
How is we've all those of us that follow baseball, we see the rule changes that have come into play, the pitch clock. We have greater emphasis on analytics, greater emphasis on technology, video. All those things have, to some degree, found their way into the Cape League. Talk about that a little bit, how that's
It,
changed.
it's come down all the way to the community college level where I coached during the year, the analytics. There's so much data out there. It'd be crazy not to use it. So we have our analysts that come in and tell us what this guy's going to throw tonight, who's he going to throw a slider to, he throws his changeup to. And it's gotten two or three of our kids that have been analytic guys, big league job. I got one guy that 2 years ago, he started out in low A and now he's up with the big league club in the analytic thing. I got a
Hmm.
pitching coach that's now the pitching coach for the New York Yankees that was in the Cape.
Hmm.
And we got a lot of players that get up there. It's growing
Hmm.
and we're growing with it. And it just makes it all that more competitive. I love to compete.
Love to compete, but it still comes down to little techniques and physical things that you can help the players get better. I'm sure there's a lot of
I,
that too.
I don't know. I try. The guys
I
who want
see
to
you in
get
the
some help,
cages.
the guys who want to get help, I'll give them help. If they say, "Hey, leave me alone. I'm fine. I hit 300 in my college," I'll leave them alone. And
Okay,
I
fair
think
enough.
I think the guys I think this game is a game of changes and adjustments every level you go, and the guys that do play a long time.
Hmm. Um, well, a couple of questions about the past, if I can. You've had 6 titles in your first 25 years. That's a pretty good track record. There are 10 teams in the league. I think since the league expanded to 10 teams in 88, I think it was, YD has the most titles in that time. Any couple of things that jump out at you thinking back, like memories that are really vivid in your mind that you could share with us?
It's more about getting there to the playoffs, playing in those championship games, and then, you know, 3 months later, scouting directors, general managers, they want to know about this kid.
Hmm.
And I'm dead honest with these people. I don't protect our guys, and I tell them that. This guy's a gamer and he comes to play, and the bigger the game, the better he is. Or some guys can't handle adversity, or some guys can't make changes. I tell them.
Hmm.
And I just think every team's different. It's amazing when you can get, I tell everybody, there's 10 teams out there. If somebody said, "How's your club this year?" It's really good. It's really good every year. It's about the chemistry of the club.
Hmm.
You have the guys that want to win. When you have players that want to win instead of build their own stats, they know how to play the game. I think you got a chance out there, and it's so fun to compete. I'm telling you, last year in the playoffs, we were at Orleans and they had 6,000 people there. How neat is that for all the people in the Cape? They come
That was
down in
fantastic
August.
atmosphere.
Yeah, they come down in August and they get to see a game at our place the first day and then over at Orleans, 6,000 people. And the enthusiasm and everything else, the great players on the field, it, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable what they get to do and what they get to see and see them up close, these guys, and watching these guys compete on a daily basis. It's really a neat situation.
Now, a lot of these guys go on to make huge money, crazy amounts of money, but you see so many of them quoted in the media as saying that, it was one of the highlights of their career playing the Cape League. Just staying with the host families, meeting you, and meeting their other the that sometimes they play against teammates from college, in the summer. That
It's a
happens
bit,
all the time.
yeah. When they go to the minor leagues, it is tough. You travel, you ride buses, and the minor leagues aren't fun to play at.
Hmm.
Go to the Cape, it's the only league, I think. I don't think there's very many leagues where you sleep in your own bed every night. And, you only have a 45-minute drive.
Hmm.
And you're playing with players that are really, really good. And
Yeah.
and when you guys can win together, they don't forget those people. They'll remember them the rest of their life, you
Hmm.
know. And the bonds they make and everything else, it's unbelievable how good it is. And hear about our kids Christmas time calling their host family and then inviting them to their weddings. And the host families come up to me and say, "I'm going to this wedding. You just had a second kid. Now, 2 years later, we're going out there." It's a unique experience. It really is.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Before we let you go, any thoughts on the season that we're about to embark on, 2024? I know that there's a lot of flux in the rosters, not just with YD, but with other teams. But is there anything that you might be able to share with us as we head into the season?
Bad time to ask me. The 64 teams were picked yesterday. I think I got 12 or 13 guys, 14 guys out of our 30 that aren't going to be there right now. They're still playing. Um, I'm not sure unless I had a couple temps right now that I could field 9 guys. We're supposed to scrimmage Harwich on Thursday, and I got to
Mhm,
call Stevie and say, I don't know if I'll have enough guys to scrimmage yet. I've never had that. Um, it's the unknown. It's putting the puzzle together.
mhm,
And I got a lot of names on hold for those guys that don't show up. Um, I can tell you one thing, it's really neat when I called a couple of these kids and I said, hey, I'm pretty sure you're going to go to Team USA from the 25th of June to the 5th of July. Any thoughts that you might want to go home after that? And both of those guys told me, Coach, I love to play this game. Why wouldn't I go back there? You
mhm.
know? And
You
then
gonna hold them to that?
I try to, but these guys I trusted. Some guys will give me the answer. Yeah, coach, I plan on coming back there. Let me see how I feel after I get done. I try to replace those guys.
Yeah,
They're not coming
yeah,
back.
yeah.
They're into themselves. And, I talk to scouts all the time. And when you got a Nico Horner, a Tommy Edmond, a Joe Panic, a Chris Taylor, a Justin Turner, these guys love to play.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
they're going to come, they want to be at the yard every day. Walker Bueller, I had to force him to go to Team USA. He said, I'm not
Hmm.
going, you'll take away my spot. Walker, I promise I won't take away your spot, you know? And it goes back even to Kyle Schwarber came back one year from Team USA to play for Wareham, and they were in last place. But he told me, God, I get a chance to get 12 more games in the Cape. I'm coming back.
That's
And
great.
that's what's important to scouts, and the scouts come up there and they want to know. And when you coach a kid, you know what their makeup's all about, and they don't ask me if he can throw 95. Does he have a good slider? They want to know his makeup. How did he
Hmm.
treat his teammates? How did he treat his host family? And you can really tell. You've been teaching a long time. You understand those guys that get in your classroom and they're just special people. It's no
Yeah.
different than on the baseball field. Same type
Hmm.
of thing. You get a feel for these kids, and this guy understands what this is about. They've got great parents that have taught them the right things, that haven't made them prima donnas, and they still compete. And I love competing. And I love
Hmm.
competing with competitors, and it's just so much fun. And then you got all the other coaches in the league that are so good in this league, and they're really good coaches, and it's fun going out and competing every night. I love it.
Great. Looking forward to seeing you this summer, and Sharon, who's she's such a delight. I love seeing her around the field. And tell us a little bit about your two children. I know you have a son in professional sports, and daughter is also very successful in her field.
I love to brag about them. I'm so
That's
proud of
okay.
them. And, we don't take a lot of vacations anymore. We go to Prosper, Texas to go see our grandkids, and we love it. But
Hmm.
Jeff's with the Cincinnati Reds. He's in his 7th year with them. He had 2 years before that with the Minnesota Twins. He's the bench coach now. They got some really good young players. He and I talk quite a bit. I've learned more from him than anybody else. When I
Hmm.
have a question, I go right to him. Maybe he came to me when he was 12, but he passed me by probably
Hmm.
by when he was 14. He's
Hmm.
so much smarter than me. And then Carrie's a go-getter. She's full of energy and she runs her own company. We get out there and Chris is coaching Brant. He's 10. Bailey's doing well in cheer and she's 12. And in fact, they're coming out on the 27th of June. Sharon's flying to Prosper. We get to get them a week early. Makes our summer so much more enjoyable when they're around. And I don't know, the family's great. And the family understands the Cape. They love being there. Carrie and Chris are coming out. Sharon, we played one year, I can't remember what year, and we were going to get in the finals, and she wanted to fly Chris and Carrie out. I mean, not Chris, Jeff and Carrie out. And they said, no, tell them to win a game first. We lost the first one. We won the second one. She flew them out, and luckily we won the third one. But
Ah, that's
they
funny.
came around to see everything that happened out there. Jeff played in it. Jeff won a championship with Wareham the year before I started in the Cape. And, it's a part of their lives. Bailey is made a little sign one day that just said, my happy place, the Cape Cod.
Oh, that's great.
We have it in our house. And it's awesome. It's really a neat thing. And then I get all these young coaches because they stay with host families. And I also got Coach G, who really helps me out, and our life coach. But these young coaches learn so much in a year out there and see what it's all about. That's not hard to find coaches to come out there. They all
Hmm.
are the same as me and Coach G. I want to see what this is about. And then when they get here, they're hooked.
Yeah.
And, and
Yeah.
and then you guys making the improvements you made over the years, my 26 years here. We had a trailer for a concession
Hmm.
stand. We didn't have dugouts. We had a picket fence. They've changed that. The changes that have gone around YD are so fantastic. And I used to tell people I thought we were the Montreal Expos, and now we're right there with a lot of those teams. And
Yeah.
there's so many good people in our organization that work so hard all year to put these guys there. And
Well, we're trying, Pick, but you're obviously the biggest part of it. We appreciate everything you do. Appreciate you taking some time. I know you're still getting ready to come out east and win some ball games. We'll look forward to seeing you.
in fact, I'm leaving here next Monday. We're going to go see Cincinnati play against the Rockies. Then we're flying to the Cape, and then it's putting the puzzle together.
There you
And
go. All right.
and
Well, hey, I look forward to seeing you. I thank you for being with us and see you on the ball field.
hey, it's been great. Can't wait to see you.